On this Friday, a Georgia lawmaker throwing her support behind a bill that would outlaw transgender treatments for those under the age of 18.
Georgia State Representative Ginny Ehrhart says it's a form of child abuse, but a mother of a transgender child says the treatment saved her child's life. 11 Live's Doug Richards talked to both sides.
The Cobb County lawmaker behind the bill says that if children under 18 are too young to make decisions about smoking or getting tattoos, then they're also too young to decide if they are transgender and need medical treatment.
It accounts to, for all intents and purposes and in many ways, a medical experimentation on our children.
Representative Ginny Ehrhart says children who undergo surgery and hormonal treatments for gender therapy often regret it when they become adults.
People that are contacting us that said, I changed my mind. The number of youth that are detransitioning right now, they are coming out of the woodwork.
He transitioned in 8th grade.
Claire Schexnayder says her son, Sam, was 14 when he transitioned.
As a boy, he's even happier and more confident.
She says her son would have been a suicide risk if Ehrhart's proposal had been state law.
That's not what our legislators should be doing, is killing people. And that's what they'll be doing with this bill. And I'm not being dramatic, I'm being real.
Izzy Lowell is a doctor who treats transgender patients.
Withholding that potentially life-saving therapy, I think, would do tremendous harm to minors in this state.
But Ehrhart says her evidence suggests otherwise.
And I've heard that argument, that sort of suicidal fear-mongering that we're hearing. The medical evidence doesn't bear that up, the studies don't, and we'll be providing that as well.
Representative Ehrhart's bill is still a work in progress, but she says she expects a lot of support in the Republican-led legislature next year. Transgender surgeries among children and teenagers are already pretty rare, but not rare enough, says a Republican lawmaker from Cobb County.
We don't even use the term transgender in the bill. This is simply a child abuse issue.
Representative Ginny Ehrhart plans to introduce a bill that would bar parents from approving surgery, hormone treatments, or medication to advance gender transition. Ehrhart says young people are too immature to make such decisions themselves.
Our studies have shown that a significant number of young children that identify as transgender when they are young will sway back and detransition back to their biological sex by the time that they're adults.
I am so angry at this legislation.
But Claire Schexnayder says hormone therapy saved her 14-year-old transgender son, Sam. She says a bill outlawing that would threaten the lives of teenagers seeking such treatment.
The option for me and my husband in not letting our child transition was suicide, probably. And that's really irreversible.
Representative Ehrhart's bill is still a work in progress, but she's expecting to receive a fair amount of support here at the Republican-led Capitol when the legislature reconvenes next year.